SmackDown.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen and creatures of the world. How are we all today?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Raz?
I'm doing good, Stephen. How have things been for you? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Actually been at least 5 months. Yeah.
And as people can see, we've got Dylan with us today from the Long Island Wrestling Podcast joining us for this show. Today is a special 5-year review for AEW. It is basically start of what is going to be a new show for us. We're going to be going back eventually over the period of 5 years and just discussing what we thought of the whole 5 years of AEW Dynamite, and going from there. We're going to start with this episode, though. We're going to start with the most recent Dynamite, which was this past week on Wednesday. We'll get into that in a little bit. Dylan, how are you doing? How was your SmackDown show?
Good. Thank you for asking and everything. Yeah, it's good. It's good to be back in the wrestling space again. I also took a little bit of a hiatus.
Same here.
It's been nice a little bit for the hiatus, but I'm more happy to be back and everything, doing the shows weekly and everything. SmackDown was good for sure, setting up Bad Blood for tomorrow, and I'm excited to see what's going to come next.
See Alex from the Only Twitch followers here.
Yep, we've got our Alex from Twitch over here. He's joined us. And he didn't even notice that we'd been gone for almost 5 months. So
yeah,
a lot has happened in that time. I went to London. I did All In. Yes, Alex, the main guard, he is here, and we appreciate him being here. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, I got a lot going on in my house too. So
yeah, there's been a lot going on in the background. It's
still going on here too. So
yeah. It's been crazy, really crazy lately. But let's start this show off right. Let's get into it. We're going to break down Dynamite from this past week. First off, I want to go across the board and everybody give us what they would have rated this show going into it, or what they would have thought of this show going into the show.
I enjoyed the Dynamite 5-year show. I really enjoyed it. It's a solid show. I gave it probably. How you want to do a scale 1 to 10, or
up to you? If you want to go 1 to 10, that's fine with me.
Okay, it's your show, so it's your choice. But all right, 1 to 10, I give it a 8.5. Solid show.
Dylan, what would you have given it out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd probably give it about the same. I don't go that high with ratings, unfortunately. I try to keep it to 5. It's just a little easier and everything. Yeah. But yeah, 10, 8 for sure. I definitely thought it was very good as well. Solid card, solid matches, really good promos. I think all in all, it was a nice, fluid match card for sure.
Yeah, definitely went into this show considering last week's show. I went into this one concerned because it is the 5-year anniversary and we were going to be having some big quality matches, but I came out of it definitely thinking 8 to 8.5. Definitely wasn't perfect, but it was very, very good quality. There was great quality matches. The segments were brilliant. It just worked out quite well.
Well, a certain segment of Dynamite, wish they would just get rid of it. We'll go into it later on, though.
Sorry, guys.
But all right.
But let's start this off properly. We are going to start this with the opening match of the night. The one that we were all looking forward to. The reason everybody tuned in. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet for the international title. What is your thoughts, Dylan? And then we'll go to you, Stephen.
Okay.
I expected exactly what I got. An absolute crazy, nonstop reversal mayhem of just indie wrestling at its core, now brought to the TV standpoint. And it absolutely gave exactly that and more, with an ending that I didn't see coming the first time and the second time. And I definitely was very much excited for what it was going to be. I thought this was going to close the show, but I understood why they opened it. They needed something to pull you in, and this one pulled me in for sure.
Stephen, what were your thoughts?
I'm going to do a Sheamus reference. A banger. That match is a great match. Banger. And
Definitely.
I was kind of really surprised with him interfering to Sheeta. I can't pronounce his name very well. I'm sorry. My pronunciation stinks.
No, that's clear. We'll get to that. My thoughts are, I was hyped for the match, definitely. We definitely got what Dylan said, an indie style match for free, a pay-per-view quality match for free. We got a match that we wanted to see, and the first ending was definitely controversial, the double pin, or the draw as they called it. That was very, very controversial, which all in all, I kind of expected something to be up. I didn't expect it to be a draw, though.
That's what I kind of thought would be as a draw. I thought.
Yeah, I thought we might get pushed to a time limit draw.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
but I think doing it this way was probably the better way of doing things. As Alex said, the ending was smart. Can I take a shitter, showing why he's
take a shitter.
I would say that though, but it's a clean show.
And yet, at the second ending, we got this. We got Takeshita or Takeshita getting involved, costing Ricochet the match, attacking both men, and after the segment, we get him holding up the international title. Now, we've had teasers of this for weeks, months, if anything. We have been building to this match. It was amazing. Also, if you want to pronounce his name, just split it into Takeshita. There you go. There you go, Stephen. Just say it faster. Takeshita. But we definitely got a great tease for the pay-per-view, and we got it. And I called this on Wednesday. I said, we're going to get a triple threat out of this.
Yep.
I said that's what's going to happen, and that's definitely what we're getting at Wrestle Dream, which I am down for. I'm down for Wrestle Dream to have a triple threat. I'm down for Takeshita. I'm down for Ricochet, and I'm down for Ospreay to all be in this match to show us how amazing they all are.
Yeah.
It's going to be a match of the night, in my opinion, for Wrestle Dream, that triple threat.
100%.
It's going to be a match of the night.
There you
Yeah.
go. Alex says MJF is a great person for giving us a way to pronounce his name.
That's true. Shout out to my tribal chief. Shout out to my tribal chief, my next door neighbor.
Wrong promotion.
Oh, no, he's my next door neighbor already. He's my tribal chief. I don't know what you guys have been barking up the wrong tree for, but that's the real tribal chief right there. No, I mean everything to what Raz said and what you said, Stephen, is 100% accurate. This is exactly what we wanted. You know, this was a great way to start the show off, a great way to celebrate 5 years for sure, giving us indie wrestling at its most highest level and on television for free to get us more hyped for none other than Wrestle Dream coming next Saturday. This was perfect. I hope that the Dynamite that's coming next Wednesday delivers exactly that as well to get us even more stoked for this Wrestle Dream pay-per-view, because the card is starting to look really, really good, really, really strong. Yep. And I'm very excited. Even the 0 hour is starting to look kind of beefy. And no, I mean, I want that final picture to be the picture we see at Wrestle Dream.
Well, they announced
you want this.
I want that. I want that.
They announced one match for the 0 hour.
Yeah, the Brian Cage and Junior.
Yeah. Junior, yeah, for that.
But I want that picture to be the picture we see at Wrestle Dream of Konosuke holding the belt above both Ricochet and Will Ospreay. And I want Ospreay to take the pin. I don't think it's a crazy idea.
I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening.
I get that it's a crazy idea, and I get it's a crazy thing to say, but it's just, to me, Ricochet is already on a 3-0 streak. He is going now on to a 4-0, most likely, if he has another match coming up in the next week. And having him take a loss on a pay-per-view is not good for someone that just came in to AEW.
I think I see what you're saying, because with Ospreay, he can take a loss. He can easily take a loss. He doesn't always need to be the pinfall, like, to win the match. He can easily take the pin and not suffer here, as long as it's Ricochet is the one that's pinning him. If it's Konosuke, it might hurt him a little bit, in my opinion.
I don't think it will. I don't. I get what you're saying, but I don't think it will. I think that this only sets up for Full Gear. I only think this sets up for the next big title moment match that we want to see from these two guys one-on-one. You said it best on the show this past Wednesday that, you know, Konosuke's been watching Ospreay. He has been in the back like just a miserable man, like hating on Ospreay, and at any moment can just strike and take down Ospreay. He will, and he did. He did exactly that. And now with the opportunity at hand, giving him the leverage of taking the most prized possession to Ospreay in AEW after his match with MJF, it's only setting up for a crazy feud that could definitely last to something like World's End.
Well, another thing I wouldn't rule out is Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher in that match too.
Yeah.
It's another thing not to rule out, you know.
Yeah, they could definitely help Konosuke win.
Don Callis' cash cow. I think that Alex brings up a good point here. He said, here's a way to have Konosuke win, which is low, but can happen, and that is that Ospreay's going to hit the hidden blade on Ricochet. Ricochet rolls out, and then as Will turns around, Konosuke hits him with the knee and then the Falcon Arrow, which, if that's the case, I'm coming back to that comment in like 2 weeks' time. We're coming back to that, and we're asking why didn't you tell us you're booking the show there, Alex?
Just give us the script. You know what I mean? Just give us the script. Let us know who's winning Wrestle Dream, please. Let's get it out of the way.
Definitely, that could be the case. For all we know, that could be the case. Like, Konosuke could be the one to take out the win. I think it would be great for Takeshita to have a title run. I don't think Ricochet needs it right now, but he needs the win. at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be it's that double-edged sword. Konosuke needs it because he needs to stay in the game, and but they need to then branch it off to to Osprey and Takeshita.
Yeah.
Ricochet needs it to be a to maintain his strength in coming across from the other federation.
Yep. And to Alex's point, Konosuke hasn't put a match on that wasn't a 5-star match. He hasn't.
Oh, he has, but that's being due to his opponent being average.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and that's definitely a good point. But in retrospect or whatnot, or at least for sake of argument, Konosuke has put on matches that have definitely delivered, whether or not poor booking aside, he has definitely delivered on matches that we know. Okay, he has a 50-50 opponent that's going to give him his money's worth, that's going to be in the ring with him, that is going to get him to really work for this win. And they have both delivered undoubtedly each time. And I think
Alex said, when he's had the high-ranked opponents, he's never missed.
He's never missed.
And you're both right in that. It's one of these facts of that he is a damn great wrestler. There's a reason they brought him across from DDT. There's a reason he went to Japan and wrestled in the G1. And there's been reasons like he's been involved and he's doing what he's doing. He quite literally has been the Billy Goat of AEW before Ospreay showed up when it comes to delivery. I have to agree, since Kenny had to step away, Takeshita, when he's been on the show, has definitely stepped up his game. He has showcased what we should have been seeing right from the start from him.
Yeah.
No Full Gear matches yet. Wait till Wrestle Dream, buddy. After Wrestle Dream.
Yeah. DM, they haven't announced Full Gear matches yet, mainly because, as Stephen has just said, Wrestle Dream is coming up next weekend.
They're not done announcing more matches either.
Yeah, no, we're still got Wrestle Dream to go, so that's on the 12th of October. And it's
next weekend.
Back on a Saturday night. It's back on a Saturday night. I love it. Saturday.
I might even take a day off the next day just to party. If Konosuke
Alex says he predicts that Full Gear will be Konosuke versus Ospreay 2.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. It's plenty of time. November 23rd or 22nd is Full Gear. The 12th of October is Wrestle Dream. We're talking a month and a week here. We have plenty of time for a build. We have plenty of time to see Ospreay come back. We have plenty of time to see Ospreay regain his name. We have plenty of time for Konosuke to show off his belt and defend it on Dynamite, on Collision, on a weekly basis. We have plenty of time for Don Callis and the family. We have plenty of time. Having that is perfect.
We have the time to build the stories. We have the time to make it a proper feud and to showcase what this long-term storytelling is that AEW does. But once again, AEW doesn't tell stories, remember?
No, well, they tell stories at like the week of and like 2 days before the pay-per-view. And then the pay-per-view, like an hour before the 0 hour.
No, you're wrong. They tell stories 6 months ago, and then they'll give you the hint of the
Wrestle Dream story is from January. Oh, right. Totally makes sense.
I can agree with you there, Alex. Preferring Ospreay lose that second bout, because once again we go back to Ospreay doesn't need to necessarily hold that international title.
What do you think?
Doesn't necessarily need to be a champion.
What do you think, Ospreay for the Continental title against Okada?
I think they move Ospreay into the main event scenario of
the main event,
title. Like he wasn't going to win it this year. There was no way he was winning it this year when he faced MJF.
Correct.
There was no way. It was way too early. I think when we move towards 2025, Ospreay's going to start moving up, and he's going to be feuding with people like Swerve Strickland, MJF, all the people at the top of the card. That's where he's going to go.
100%.
And yes, you are right. Any title that Ospreay holds becomes a main event title. Let's just hope he never wins the TNT title.
I don't know. Maybe he has to not beat my stepfather Christian Cage for it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Moving on from that, we go to Mercedes Moné backstage, which we're not really going to care about. We also get a video package of Mercedes and her time in AEW. MVP interrupts for some weird reason. It didn't really make sense.
The hair.
Well, I have a theory, and it's a fan theory that I think might be something down the road. Now, I forgot the gentleman's name that made a stitch on TikTok of my Mercedes Moné thing that I made.
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. I would have remembered that one. I forgot the gentleman's name, but shout out to him if he's hearing this right now, and I hope he is. I'm going to say that he has an idea. The idea is that if we remember MVP showing up the first time at the 5-year anniversary, he gave the card to Swerve. He gave the card to Prince Nana talking for Swerve.
Yep.
He gave the card to Mercedes, but maybe he was looking at Carmella.
Interesting.
So poaching the talent that we believe he wants on there, but actually it's the talent that person is with that he wants on there.
Could Camille be the one that goes to and becomes the enforcer of the Hurt Syndicate?
Right. Which I think is a very interesting idea as well. Because if you think about it, if Prince Nana doesn't have Swerve, Prince Nana's nobody. If Mercedes Moné doesn't have Camille, Mercedes Moné is nobody. If MVP keeps doing this, there's a theme that is going around of a possibility of a reestablishment of a different type of Hurt Business. And on the card, when he gave it to MVP, there was the new name on the card.
Yeah.
So maybe with Shelton now in, MVP there, possibly Carmella, possibly Swerve.
We haven't gotten to that surprise yet. You ruined it.
Sorry, but
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. If you haven't watched the show by now,
I'm a spoiler.
Yeah, normally I know I'm terrible. When I go off, I go off. So terrible me. But going with that, we have something that can build into a very mighty faction.
True. I don't like it, but I like the idea behind that he's giving it to them to take the talent from them.
Yeah. I think that's a really interesting idea.
If he's recruiting the talent from them, then it works.
Yeah.
If he takes Mercedes, please just shoot me in the face.
Right. Yeah, she's not doing anything. So
we then move on to the Guns getting attacked by Hangman backstage, which we think is a pointless thing.
Right.
Now, there's a reason we think it's a pointless thing, because obviously we've got Juice versus Hangman coming up in the show.
Right.
So it's not really pointless, but we'll get to that. We then go to the next segment, which is a good old everybody's favorite. Hi, guys. Chris Jericho and having TV time. Jericho calls out this gentleman, Mr. Briscoe, and requests for a title match, an ROH title match, and says that basically he doesn't believe that Briscoe can do it, but his brother would have been a better champion.
Ooh.
Thoughts on this segment?
Man, I would beat the holy crap out of you.
I remember watching this, and I had Rez in the chat, and shout out to Rez for this one. I said, I hope Mark Briscoe beats the dog shit out of Jericho when he sees him at Wrestle Dream. I hope he gives him a stomping like he's never gotten a Southern stomping in his life. Like, seriously, I hope he stomps him out and walks him dry at Wrestle Dream. I really do.
The one thing I have to say is I've hated this "hi guys" gimmick.
Yeah.
I've hated this narcissist gimmick. But you know what? This was not the worst segment of the night.
No.
That honor belongs to Mercedes.
Yeah, she's the queen. She should have a title that says worst segments. That's the belt she should be wearing.
Say hello to your CEO.
Yeah.
The Jericho TV time segment worked really well for what it was. Hello, Courtney. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you. Alex says he hopes it's a 1 minute squash match with a J Driller, then done.
Yep.
That would be amazing.
Fair.
I don't think that's going to happen. As Courtney said, CE no.
No, it's a CE. Hell no.
Oh, but you know, I have to say, this segment with Jericho, this TV time segment with that, and for the bringing out Briscoe, it actually worked out really, really well. And Jericho is right. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a TV deal to speak of.
Yeah.
We really wouldn't. They've obviously just announced the new TV deal, but we wouldn't have a TV deal in the first place because he was that name that brought recognition to the show.
Right.
So,
Well,
and then obviously we get Moxley coming in on the show on the first Dynamite and stuff. So, bringing some name recognition.
Yeah.
Next segment we move on is a video package with everybody's favorite pink turtle.
No comment.
Darby Allin in a video package, offering an open challenge for Wrestle Dream because he just last week lost his shot to Jon Moxley. Thoughts, feelings, emotions? Come on,
Steven, you first, buddy.
No comment. Darby Allin.
All right.
The toothpick Darby.
I've been a fan of Darby since being a fan of AEW throughout the years. It's Pepto-Bismol. That's funny. Pepto Darby. I think we're at a stage with Darby that since we haven't made him champion yet, I don't think he ever will be, at least maybe in the foreseeable future. Whether that's because of Tony not believing him, whether it's just that he's a little too risky in the ring and that he's too accident prone, that he maybe doesn't work well with others like many people think he does. Maybe there's some stuff going on outside the ring that, we don't know that's happening that might cause a lot of turmoil, especially with them just signing this Warner Brothers deal with HBO Max. Making someone in that position champion is not a good look. Look at Vince McMahon.
I'm going to say, I'll let you get back to it in a minute, but I do have to say, we give Darby a lot of shit. Yeah. We all give Darby a lot of shit. And also, hello, Tony. Sorry, I did want to acknowledge that you came in and say hello. Thank you for joining us. We give Darby a lot of shit in our chats, but the guy goes out there and busts his balls and busts his body for everyone.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Myself and Freak were talking about this the other night, and the way it looks is Darby Allin is Jeff Hardy crossed with Mick Foley in regards to his body.
Yeah,
like he doesn't care. He does it because he wants to entertain. As much as I don't think I've said this before. I think that giving him the title shot was possibly a smart move, but he was never going to win the title this year. yes, it's been 5 years, but it's way too early into his career for him to have a world title run.
Yeah. I think he had. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think if he has a title run, he has it in the future, maybe 2 to 3 years down the track.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that, like I was saying, I think that he needs to get some situations taken care of and have a little bit of a change of leaf. Yeah, that's funny. Goodwill store. That's funny.
That's amazing. I wouldn't be
That's
surprised there, Tony, if that's true.
that's the comment of the night right there. Yeah, I think that the best run he's had with the title was that TNT belt.
Yep.
He defended it. He did really well with it, and it was probably one of my favorite runs of Darby Allin throughout the years. I hated the fact that they gave it to Samoa Joe just to give it back, just to lose it again. I thought that hot potato situation was very, very silly and foolish. There was no reason for any
Yeah.
of that. But nonetheless, yeah, eventually I think it will come. Absolutely. I just don't know when. And I think that there's other underlining circumstances that take parameter and premise when it comes to giving someone like Darby the flowers that he does deserve for his performance in the ring. But I think that there's just other outstanding factors that need to be taken care of prior to prior to that situation.
If Darby's wrestling at Wrestle Dream, I could see him wrestle against Nick Wayne. Hit that back in Defy Wrestling days over there.
That's a good one.
So
before we go into that, I just want to acknowledge Tony. I hope your mum has a wonderful birthday next week.
Yes,
Tell her that the donation of her pink jacket went to help a child in need.
There you go.
But I brought up a good point, and Dylan can attest to this.
Yeah.
We've had it as we have it as an open challenge. What if the open challenge is none other than Bobby Lashley? Bobby Lashley comes in and destroys the babyface of AEW.
We'll do a Jim Ross here. My God, Darby's broken in half.
My God.
But what are your thoughts?
The carnage.
Who are you pinning to the whole of the challenger for Darby Allin? Because it's got to be someone. It's either got to be someone big, like it's got to be either a big debut, or it's got to be a big return. So, who do you guys think?
Stephen?
Well, I agree with Courtney. I could see Omega possibly make a surprise appearance.
Do you think Omega Darby is going to be a quality match and worth the surprise factor?
No.
Alex brings up a good point.
Shelton Benjamin debut.
Once again, we're not there.
Spoilers.
Powerhouse Hobbs is another name.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Powerhouse Hobbs, Adam Cole, a returning MJF, Ricky Starks.
I don't think Wardlow's coming back for a certain time either.
Wardlow,
Miro.
Penta El Cero Miedo, but have him as Penta Negro.
And don't forget, I forgot I was mentioning. Shoot. Miro.
Ray Fenn. Sorry?
Brain part. Miro,
I think I don't know. Has he been granted his release or not?
No, he still haven't granted his release. No.
Yeah.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
There's so many that could come back and that could make a splash.
Marco.
No, he came back to face Jungle Boy.
I was there.
Yep. Stephen was there for that show.
That would have been that's a bathroom break right there.
But my personal thought is it's going to be Bobby Lashley.
It's a good one. That's a good pull. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
We then move on to the next match of the night, which is Hangman versus Juice Robinson. This started even before they got in the ring. They brawled into the crowd.
Yeah, they did.
Uh-oh. Before we get to that, Alex has something to say. And it's going to be controversial. Because he said, hear me out. So we know it's going to be controversial.
It's Eric Bischoff. Oh my God.
Also, there is a Jake in the chat. Welcome to the show, Jake. Nice to see
Jake?
our original tribal chief here.
Well,
We were talking about you beforehand.
yeah, we were. We were talking on my show. Oh my God.
I don't like Juice wearing those white Speedos. No one likes Juice wearing those white Speedos.
But it's cool.
An invisible force shows up and squashes him in 10 seconds. And the WWE never knows. Did God just betray WWE?
Yes, God betrayed WWE, came down and beat up Darby Allin. That's if all of a sudden the lights cut out and all of a sudden there's just one Halo-esque light shooting down at the entrance of the entrance, and all of a sudden it starts walking down to the ring, and then it's in the middle of the ring, and then it just cuts the lights, and then Darby's on his back, and it's 1, 2, 3, and it just that white light walks away again. I promise you now, I want my money back. I want my money back immediately.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're gonna go. Here's the dollars. Here's the dollars, Tony.
You know what? Here's an extra 50, Tony, because that was good.
So we get to the next match, which is as I was saying, Hangman and Juice brawling into the crowd before the match even started. Great setup. He sets up the table. Fucking banger of a match. No word of lie. It's a fucking banger of a match.
Yeah.
Great match.
It's Brock Lesnar. You know, that would be insane. That would be insane.
I would lose it. I would lose it.
Oh, by the way, he's on the active roster, by the way, on WWE website.
He's active or not active?
He's active. He's coming back.
Yeah, he's Rumble. He's Rumble.
But we get to Hangman scoring the win in this match. He then tries to choke out Juice Robinson with his belt. As he does, we get the return of this man, Jay motherfucking White.
Yeah, I loved it. I was screaming. I'll tell you this right now,
motherfuckers.
What the next morning I came home from work, my mom was like, "What were you yelling about upstairs? I could hear you from my room." I said, "Jay White's back. Get ready." And she's like, "Who?" And I'm like, "You don't know fucking anything, do you?"
Yeah,
that was it. I just walked away from her.
I said to myself, "It's about time you came back."
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's because he just put Hangman through a table in that photo.
I love it. I love it.
If you look at, I've had to screen capture this photo, so and he's literally just put Hangman through the table.
Yeah.
All these photos.
Such a great moment. Such a great spot.
He had the fan to help him up, which was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
That old fan is lucky.
Made that fan day right there.
Yeah, Old Man Blade.
And I have to say that we should have seen the video segment, the backstage video segment on Dynamite, not on the fucking internet.
That segment was too good to miss.
Yeah. They did a backstage video segment with Switchblade where he is basically calling out Hangman and says that Hangman has to check out the man in the mirror. And so my son just flipped himself over the chair.
Uh-oh. You all right?
It was such a great promo, though. The match
He's
is great.
He's fine. It was just the stunned look on his face was hilarious.
So
I
Galen
can't believe I
Ray,
did this.
He literally was on the chair and then he's flipped over and it's like he's looked at me and he's like, what'd I do? What'd I do, Dad? Where were we?
talking about the
Promo.
after the match with Jay.
Oh yeah, the promo.
Yeah.
Jay White. Okay. Bring up the picture again. Yes, I can. There we go.
We
There
wait.
is
We
obvious-
wait now.
Now we wait.
He looks like a puffed up Bo Dallas, isn't he?
Yeah. Screenshotted. I
Oh,
love
he
that.
screenshotted. Oh. Uh-oh.
That's so great. That's so great. No, the promo, everything about it was really, really good. The whole match itself was amazing. Like truly, truly something extraordinary. But yeah, we should have got that. We should have got that promo on Dynamite, not on the internet. I mean, cool, but like would have been way better if it was on
Yeah.
Dynamite.
It would have been better if it was on Dynamite rather
You
than
know,
on.
I wouldn't be surprised if Heyman versus Jay White for Wrestle Dream, guys.
I don't want it at Wrestle Dream.
It could be.
I
on the
didn't
card.
want. I kind of didn't want the triple threat to be at Wrestle Dream either. I wanted them to be saved for Full Gear, but
I was really hoping.
We need a reason for Full Gear.
I was really hoping for Okada versus Takeshita.
Take a shit.
maybe.
Hi, Kinosuke, take a shit up.
We then move on. So from that segment, we move on to a backstage segment with Renee Paquette waiting for the TNT champion to come. He arrives in his bus or his truck or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But he gets interrupted by this man,
And a cell phone.
Katsuyori Shibata, making his return to the company once again and challenging Jack Perry for the TNT title. What do you guys think of this? Do you think we're going to see a quality match?
I'll let Steven go first.
It depends on the pace of the match. Because Shibata kind of wrestles slow pace and Jack Perry's not. So it depends on what direction they're going with the pace.
See, you absolutely are correct on that. 100%.
What mean?
You are 100% on that.
Yeah.
100% correct. But Perry's been in Japan now.
Yeah.
Prior to him coming back.
Yeah.
So he
was
now has that versatility that could make this Shibata match and him worth watching.
You're not wrong.
Now, I think still this could be one or two things. It could be start really good and really poorly, start really poorly and decently, and be something where we could have been like, this could have been a Collision, this could have been a Dynamite, this could have been a Rampage. But I think if they continue to build and make us a little bit more enthralled in a story, even if it's a quick one, going into Wrestle Dreams, starting it Saturday or starting it Wednesday, then okay, you could sell me. If you could sell me within a couple of days on why these two need to fight each other, then I'm in. Give me it. Even if it's on 0 Hour, give me it. Give me something to watch for 0 Hour.
It's probably safe to say, though, Shibata is going to out-wrestle Jack Perry.
I think technicality, yes. I think technically speaking, yeah. But I think Jack has that such heelish ways and gimmick that he's going to pull everything out of the arsenal to get this win over Shibata and embarrass him.
Yeah.
Look, and we have to bring up the fact that with Jack Perry, his character has changed so damn much, over the time. And if you, as Alex says, The new TNT title looks great. And yes, Jack Perry made that himself. He made that belt from scratch.
He did.
Like, and so that proves that he's willing to do something for his character, and it suits his character. I think the belt is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking gorgeous. No, we haven't yet, Courtney, because that's going to come up very, very shortly. So, moving on from that, we go to a Danielson video where Danielson is talking about tonight's match and how he's going to face Okada, how he chose to face Okada, because he's only had one. They've wrestled twice. He's won one. Okada's won one. And now he wants the rubber match sort of thing. He also said how basically he's going to destroy Moxley at the pay-per-view, which we all know is going to be a fucking banger of a match.
Mm-hmm.
He also said, I want you to pay for Wrestle Dream this coming Saturday.
Yep. Yep. We then have, where is it? Where is the picture?
If we're about to go into this next segment, I'll hold it. I'm going to hold it.
No, we're going into a match.
Oh, is it Britt?
Yeah.
This was my favorite match of the night.
That was a good match.
This was your favorite match of the night?
Besides Ospreay and Ricochet, best women's match of the night by far.
Yep. This match here.
Phenomenal.
Serena Deeb versus the DMD, Britt Baker. Britt Baker making her hometown return. Thoughts, feelings, emotions.
We all know that the Britt's going to win her hometown.
Of course.
But
it's a standard thing. Tony loves the hometown crowd.
Yeah,
the hometown. It's been well known. It's been absolutely well known.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you now. This was by far my favorite match, besides Ricochet and Ospreay of the night for the women's division. They absolutely. This is back-to-back weeks now for the women that they have put on really good matches. And I'm excited for what Tony's willing to do now and maybe start shifting into a stronger women's division. WWE's done it recently too, but AEW has definitely started to dip their toe in trying to give us stronger women in the division and making them bigger and better.
The thing I think is that AEW has a fucking strong women's division. They just don't utilize it at this point in time.
And that's the biggest thing, because it makes you then look like you're not a strong women's division. If you can't book these women correctly, when we know that we could book these women correctly, then there is no women's division. It's the same for the tag team division in AEW or ROH. If you know you have good tag teams in there and you're booking them in bad situations, you don't have a strong tag team division. It's not that these athletes are terrible athletes. If they were terrible athletes, they'll be on Rampage. You know what I mean? They'll be squash matches. They'll be in ROH and they'll never see the light of day. It's a fact. Same with people over in the other company. It's just we need better storylines or just adequate matches to align set wrestler with set wrestler on a weekly program.
See, the thing is, back when AEW first started, the person who was booking the women's division was Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I know.
And Kenny was booking solid matches. He was giving TV time to the women, and he was giving us quality. Like, he was giving us matches for reasons. Since TK took over in regards to that, it has been it has obviously been less, but I have a feeling it's also possibly because of the network that we haven't seen much of a women's division revival. But who knows? We don't know the backseat. We don't know.
If memory serves me right, Madison Rain was booking the women's division and she's been wrestling too, and she got hurt.
Yeah, she got brought on board to manage the women's division and wrestle as well. You're not wrong.
I don't want to wrestle. Let me book the women.
Yep. We've got next after the match. Serena Deeb attacks. Queen Arminata makes the save. As ABJ said, that is it's going to be a big push for Queen Arminata, I think.
Yeah, she's getting a big push.
You've got the homegrown number one, in Britt Baker getting beat down. So you have another face come out and make the save.
Yeah, that's why we're a wrestling podcast. Yeah. Don't join a wrestling podcast if that's not what you want to listen to.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Have a good one. Have a good night. Go get some. Go touch some grass.
Yeah. Queen Arminata makes the save. So definitely, I think she's going to get a push. I'm keen to see it. I just hope that they do it the right way.
To see how they book her too. It's another thing too.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Wrong. We then go to a Hook backstage with Renee, where he's talking about
my father. My father.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did, Alex. I'll put it up so that you can see. They said that you guys think about wrestling all day and every day. Go do something else fun. Your whole life revolves around wrestling.
We would, but your mother's busy.
So we're going to talk about a wrestling show.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, we would be doing something fun, but your mother's busy. So until she's not busy
anymore, got here a couple of haters.
We'll go talk wrestling.
This show is AEW Dynamite 5-year review. So what are we going to talk about? The fucking Miami Heat? Are we going to really talk about them on this show?
Haven't heard about Miami Heat for a long time.
Anyway, we move to backstage with Hook. Bro has a Miami Heat logo in his count profile.
Talk your shit, Alex. Talk your shit, Alex.
Exactly.
Back in the line, buddy.
Talking about his dad getting taken out. So this is the kayfabe moment. It is that he was attacked in the parking lot of NXT. The NXT parking lot has become all elite.
Damn.
Taz got taken out. But the legitimate reason is because Taz actually had to have surgery. He has actually had to have surgery on his knee.
Yeah. Great cover.
Courtney reckons she knows who's done it. Ooh, I'm interested to hear this, Courtney. Come tell us your story. This will be interesting. I wonder who she thinks it is.
I think I know what she's thinking.
Custom-made posters in there, damn clean. Which ones are they?
I think he's talking about the ones behind you.
It did a screensaver of Jay White there.
Oh, okay. The those ones that they make, and yeah, they are fucking great. Courtney says Hook has done it.
He took out his own dad?
I don't think so.
No, this is what I think so. What is the father of the year, Christian Cage?
That I believe. That's believable.
Speaking of him, next up is his video package segment.
Father
Pops
of the year.
My daddy. My daddy. Daddy Cage.
We then go from that to a backstage segment with the lovely Mariah May and Renee Paquette.
Yes.
Talking about her how Willow has suckered her way into a title match, and then we get Willow confronting Mariah.
And you
thoughts,
This
feeling.
is before the slap, and then there should be a picture for after the slap.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the picture because it's
Ugh.
very hard to screenshot it at the right time. So
Yeah, right. Willow should have put her hand down with like a time, like 3, 2, 1. Like
Well,
for the cameraman
we'll
to get.
have Willow versus Mariah for the title at Wrestle Dream.
yeah,
I
think it's
most
gonna
likely. Yeah,
Marina's going to come in. You know,
You
she's
reckon?
going to come out.
Marina Shafir.
No,
You mean Mina Shirakawa.
Mina, yeah.
I'm hoping we hold off on the return of Tony Storm because you know why. I just want Tony Storm, Mariah in Australia. I need Tony Storm, Mariah in Australia.
You'll get them.
I bloody well better. That's all I'll say about that. We next have the Iron Savages versus Private Party.
No comment on that match.
Private Party takes out the win on this one. Isaiah Cassidy. They've made one. They've made an Osprey Ricochet poster. Interesting. I'll have to have a look for that.
I think it's on Twitter.
But Isaiah Cassidy grabs the mic, declares that they're basically calling for the Young Bucks. The Bucks come out, and we get them challenging. Now this looks green screened. It's not. It's not actually green screened. It's captured from the episode. So
I like the fact that one's really, really tan with a lot of damn bronzer on, and the other guy is pure Irish, like just white to the bone bristle. Like, like truly. One came from Sicily, the other one came from Ireland. For sure.
The Bucks end up attacking. The Bucks and Jack Perry end up attacking Private Party. Shibata makes the save. Christopher Daniels comes out, announces that we're getting a 6-person tag at Rampage
tonight.
I already watched it too. So
yeah. So that was on Rampage tonight. If anybody watched it,
I did.
And good.
Oh my god, we know we don't know that wrestling's fake. Fuck, guys, what are we doing?
Wait a second, wrestling's fake.
Okay, we need some mods on YouTube.
I mean, I thought Santa Claus was real.
I didn't know wrestling was fake.
Of course, we know it's fake, you dickhead. Like seriously, do you think the movie that you go and watch in the cinemas is real?
It's
do
not?
You think that there's a real Spider-Man? Do you think that there's a real Iron Man? Fucking get out of here with that shit.
Son of a bitch. Like, I've been banking my money on these people to save us.
Wrestling is fake, just like all them thousand basketball players get.
Get Adam, Axel. Get
Yeah,
Adam, Ax. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not even. Let them fight in the comments, Al. Let these two.
It's a shame that Alex is on Twitter, but it's not on. If he's on YouTube with the going at it everywhere, Tabor right there too.
Oh man.
So we end up getting moving on to the final segment, or before the main event, where we get MVP backstage. Nana confronts MVP, and then we get the personnel of complaints, Mr. Shelton Benjamin.
He looks like he got that suit from Walmart or the Men's Warehouse folded too.
It looks like something Vince would have worn back in the day.
All right, listen here, damn it.
Oh shit.
2 phones equals double trouble.
Go seek him
and
out.
That's a foul.
And Alex does have YouTube. There we go.
And that's a foul. And that's a foul.
And he stole it from Vince's wardrobe.
Imagine that faction. Lashley, Hobbs, and Swerve.
Oh, dude,
That's
just
going to
put
be
Vince
brutal.
McMahon in there. I would have been like, well, that's a faction, all right.
Right.
We then move on to, after Shelton Benjamin's debut, we move on to the main event of the evening. The reason for confusion amongst Twitter and WWE fans. Brian Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada for both the AEW World Heavyweight Championship and for 20 minutes, the Continental Crown Championship. Now, this is what I want to point out. The reason you people are so fucking stupid and don't understand is because you clearly don't watch the fucking product. If you did, you would know that the Continental Crown Championship, every time it has been defended, has been a 20-minute time limit match. Hence the reason that belt only being on the line for the first 20 minutes of this match. That is why it was announced the way it was, because that belt only has ever had a 20-minute time limit.
Yep.
And that's my beef.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Reach.
But I love the people on Twitter, man. People on Twitter make my day a lot easier. They do. I look at them and I go, I could be them.
Yeah.
Like I could be them, but I'm not, and I'm happy that I'm not.
Look, at the end of the day, like, we all knew that they had a significant overrun for this show, so we knew that belt wasn't going to be changed. Like, there was no losing of that belt.
No.
We knew that.
Yeah.
But hot damn, did he give us a quality match? Once again, a pay-per-view quality match for a free show on a Wednesday night. Does anybody remember back in Hotlanta in the 1990s, back in 1998, when Bill Goldberg faced Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight title free on live TV?
I do. I watched it on Peacock.
Yep.
Eric Bischoff gave that away for free. And he's bitching about Tony Khan giving away matches for free? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Sometimes people forget.
Old age.
Old age. Maybe a couple of those chair shots.
Maybe they
Too
got
tight.
kicked to the head.
Kick to the head. Those tight NWO clothes. Those jeans.
Kicked to the head by Bill Goldberg.
Those tight jeans that he used to wear.
Didn't smash their head on the concrete.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough being Eric Bischoff.
But in all fucking seriousness, how good was this match?
Another ball banger.
I enjoyed the match. It kind of started slow at first, though, but it picked up at the end, though.
Oh, and that's the standard with Okada matches. They start off slow.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the end of the match, it fucking skyrockets. It goes insane. It is absolutely amazing. And that's Okada for you. Like, go watch his New Japan stuff. Most of it starts off very boring, very slow, but then he builds it up and you get some of the best quality matches you'll ever see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fine example, look at his work when he's done work with Kenny, when he's worked with Ospreay, when he's worked anybody from New Japan.
Yep. No, 100%. Show was great. All the matches were great. Segments were great.
Towards the end,
it's going to be interesting how they're going to do Okada for Wrestle Dream, or Title Tuesday coming up for Dynamite.
We will find out the hard way.
Yep.
So towards the end of the match, we see Claudio and Pac outside come out to ringside. Danielson ends up getting the win via a backslide. Unusual choice of pinfall, but still effective. We then get the BCC attacking, and John Moxley finally giving us some ramblings of why he's doing this and why he's coming after Danielson, basically saying that if it was up to him, he would have put Danielson out years ago, and that he's not the one forcing his hand, it's someone else forcing his hand. Thoughts, prayers, opinions, feelings. What do you think?
Shane O'Mac.
Well, if it is him, would they keep the McMahon name though in AEW?
Shane O'Tacky.
It's his real name. He's allowed.
Will they change his name though because of Vince and all that?
Fuck no.
But no. Okay.
Fuck no. It's his legit name.
Listen, he's a man I respect.
Yeah. Like it's his legit name. If he wants to keep his name as Shane McMahon, fucking do it. Like,
he's the only McMahon I respect. He's the only McMahon that actually puts in the effort to learn. He's the only McMahon that's willing to do anything for a buck, for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. Vinny, we're looking at you.
No.
Alrighty.
No fucking way, Alex. No, Alex. Alex, no. We're not having Vince McMahon show up in AEW. No.
It was me, Danielson. It was me all along.
If we see Vince McMahon in AEW, oh my fucking god.
No, it's I think maybe it could be Shane. You know, there's a lot of fan theories out there on Twitter that like Shane saw Marina Shafir backstage at a WWE show years ago, then watched her be a UFC fighter. Then you also have him being very fan favorited to John Moxley when he came over to SmackDown, and his hatred for Daniel Bryan when that storyline was going on, which now we're at a point where it is Daniel Bryan's by himself, Marina Shafir and John Moxley, who are two people that Shane McMahon does admire together. You know, if you want to go off of that fan theory, then yeah, that's how those cards align. I don't know if it's truly that easily put together. I think that there is somebody else out there. Maybe it's Shane. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's somebody else. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see who it is, but at least he's not giving us riddles anymore. That's nice.
As long as it's not Riddle.
As long as it's not Riddle, that's even nice.
Who's this Riddle?
It's Cody Rhodes.
It's Cody Rhodes. No, I was gonna say, what if we get? I don't know how loud this is gonna be, but I'll see if you guys can hear it on my microphone. What if we get the Moxley's doing it, like Moxley's come out, he's just about or Danielson's just about to get to the win, then all of a sudden all we hear is this.
Silence? Silence?
Did you hear that?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Silence. That's what we heard.
Hold on. No, that didn't work. Sorry.
Okay. Who could it be?
Hold on. Let me see if I can share my screen.
There we go. Under present. It's Gunther.
Where are you? Come on. Give me the one I want.
It's Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle.
Oh.
Oh, come on now. Dum dum. I can't hear it, but I'm curious.
What if it's Triple H? What if it's Triple
and
H?
Stephanie McMahon walk down that entranceway at
imagine
Wrestle Dream,
Stephanie, not
I
Triple H, though.
I promise you that stadium is going to erupt in a riot. In a
You're not fucking wrong.
riot.
It's Paul Heyman. No, just joking.
What if it's CM Punk his life again? Yes. If it's not Punk, I don't want it. I just want them to be like in the ring wrestling, and then all of a sudden you see Tony Khan running, looking behind him, trying to make sure like nobody's after him, and then all of a sudden people would go berserk.
Personality.
Yeah, just Tony.
Well, the thing
rolling
is,
down the
Tony bought rights to that that version of it, like the original version of Cult of Personality. So he bought a license for it. He can use it whenever he wants.
Yeah.
But Jim
That's
Cornette. No, just joking.
Oh fuck no!
Fuck no! Turn my TV off.
He chokes out Jack Perry again, except this time live on screen.
But after
It's
the
not
match,
live on HBO Max.
after the match, Wheeler comes out. Excuse me, guys.
Well-
Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Give me
Sure.
myself.
Are you going to give Mom her insulin?
In all seriousness, though, I think it's going to be Shane McMahon. I think that Shane McMahon. Welcome back. I think Shane McMahon will be the one behind the scenes pushing pushing Moxley's hands.
Yeah, I do too.
What do you guys? So all in all, that was Dynamite this week. That was the 5-year anniversary. Once again, 2 weeks in a row, in my opinion, they've just been absolutely fucking smashing this show. We've had 2 fucking banger episodes. To me, it feels like the old AEW of when it first started and what we got. Like we've had some of the best the best shows these past 2 weeks compared to what we've had for the rest of the year. What are your thoughts?
I think it was very good. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
Solid shows last 2 weeks. It's going to be interesting what Title Tuesday is going to be doing. Shaping up, too. And another thing to note, Raz, for Collision Saturday, they add a triple threat tag match. The winner gets the Bucks at Wrestle Dream. Private Parties, one of them, versus House of Black. To be
okay.
And versus Top Flight. The winner gets the Bucks for the tag titles at Wrestle Dream.
Alex, are you talking the shows like Battle for the Belt or just these Title Tuesdays? Because the Title Tuesdays, because they get preempted due to the is it the basketball? They get preempted?
No, they're preempted due to baseball playoffs.
Okay, there you go. The baseball. Yeah, that's the only reason they do the Title Tuesday. The Battle of the Belts, yeah, they need to actually put belts on the line, not just fucking have matches.
They probably have Ring of Honor title matches, though. That's what they usually had. What they had last time.
Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna say this, and then I have to dip out of here because I think Bailey has to go out. But
we're gonna be going in.
Perfect. Okay, so then, I think these 2 shows these past 2 weeks have been fantastic. Dynamite at Grand Slam and the 5-year back-to-back, real great shows. 4 out of 5 for me in match quality, flow of match quality, really telling story, really giving us that home run out of the park feel that we've been waiting for. Like you said, Raz, I feel like it is starting to come back to the old AEW. Hopefully this trend continues. I know previously they've kind of been 50-50 or have had good shows and bad shows, or started off bad and ended up good. So like hopefully they start kind of getting into a nice flow pattern of what they're going to be giving us week by week, especially trying to end the year off really solid. They have Wrestle Dream. They got Full Gear. We know World's End. So they got 3 big pay-per-views to leave us off on a very, very high note, and a lot to come next year.
We've got a massive end of year coming, and like it's going to be very interesting to see where we go from here on out. I think personally that they are starting to find their footing. I think them putting it in smaller arenas is going to definitely help them as well, because if you notice, the smaller shows are starting to pick back up again in tickets. So we're not getting so much of that hard cam not being shown sort of thing.
But keep Dynamite Collision at smaller arenas and the pay-per-views at bigger arenas.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the one of the best things is that AEW knows how to put on a great pay-per-view, and I think in the time that they've been around, I've only ever seen 2 bad pay-per-views from them, and I wouldn't even consider them bad. I'd just consider them average at best.
Well, they could have been better, though. They could have been better, you know?
Yeah. They haven't been bad, but they haven't been like, holy shit, you need to watch this. I think there's only ever been two of them, and that's in what, 5-year period?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, 100%.
We are going to get out of here for today. How much do we think they're spending on royalties for Final Countdown?
My check's gone.
Probably more than 2 years of your salary, 2 or 3 years or more.
Look, all 3 of us on this show could be earning like at least $200,000 each a year.
Hey, I got the song free.
We still wouldn't afford the rights to the royalties.
I got the song free on Spotify. Sorry.
Hopefully you listen to your favorite podcast out of Long Island on that Spotify too. You better be.
Look, we thank everyone for being here. It has been good to be back. We are going to be doing this a bit more regularly. We're going to be coming back again. This is going to be a 5-year review of AEW, where over the next few episodes, we're going to go back and have a look at some of the... We're not going to go we're not going to start at day 1 and then watch every single one, but we'll watch some significant ones that we think are worthwhile watching. We will obviously start with episode 1 of Dynamite. That will probably be coming up in the next week. We'll watch it. We'll do another review. We'll do our takes on what we thought was good, what we thought was bad, what we can do better, what we think they've improved upon since then. Other than that, I'm Raz. That's Dylan. That's Stephen. We've been here. Make sure you check out Dylan's Long Island Wrestling podcast, both here and on Spotify and wherever you get good podcasts. You can find him on YouTube. Apparently he exists.
Apparently.
And also hit the like button, subscribe.
Yep. If you're new and you like what you've seen, click that like button. Click the I cannot say that word.
Subscribe.
That's the one. Yeah.
Subscribe. If you don't subscribe to him, I want you to go 1-on-1 with The Undertaker.
Okay, Teddy. Okay, Teddy.
So, Raz versus Kerwin.
There we go. Raz versus Kerwin, and it's a Hell in a Cell.
With Alex as the referee.
With Alex as the referee. Except Mr. Basketball.
He's already facing The Undertaker and Kane. But you know what? I appreciate every single one of you being here. Kerwin, you were fucking fantastic, giving me some entertainment for the night. So if you want to come back again next week, come right back. We'll be here. You can debate with us. We're happy to have it. Have a wonderful night, everyone, and you take care. We will see you next time.
Have a good night, guys.